he's like the ultimate love the guy on your team, hate the guy if he's not on your team. Like kind of like a Draymond Greenish.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If this guy's not on your team.
He was so good at getting under his opponent's skin and
Pest.
just throwing him off their game. Oh, pest, you're right.
I call it a pest.
Rat.
They call it the pest. Like a pet, like Sean Avery was a pest.
Let's get on to our first hockey dude. Let's see who we got.
My favorite guy was Gordon Bombay.
Gordon Bombay was the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, but he went to the minors.
He did? He played minor league hockey?
A little bit.
All right, let's go. Let's get on to our first guy. Standing at 5 feet, 9 inches and weighing 176 pounds. This left winger was selected 71st overall in the 2006 NHL draft. Known for his fierce competitiveness and scoring touch, he's a Stanley Cup champion and a multi-time All-Star. Hailing from Hammonds Plains, Nova Scotia. He honed his skills in the queue. Since his NHL debut in 2009, he has earned a reputation of being a gritty, hard-nosed, and often hated agitator on the ice, even earning himself the nickname the Little Ball of Hate.
Little Ball of Hate.
This kind of reminds me of another guy I know. Now, in his 17th NHL season,
17.
He is currently on the quest for another Stanley Cup. Let's get on Brad Marchand.
Ooh, Murchie.
Jules, what's the first thing you think of when you think of Brad Marchand?
Bloody fucking face.
Okay.
I don't know, nose face killer.
There we go. Now we talking.
That's the first thing that comes. Like, I just remember he got jacked up in the face once. I forgot. It was an important game too. And he was just a savage out there. He's always been, I don't think he's 5'9". He's got to be probably 5'8", 5'7" too.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a smaller dude. I don't know. Maybe he could be 5'9". But just a fucking competitor. Someone that has always overachieved.
Mm-hmm.
Just a guy, like, I love his story. He came in, became a captain, and it's so fucking, we watched a lot of them because they were fucking balling out during our career here. So we went to his games and shit and watched this guy, and he had an energy about him where, like, he was like the smallest guy on the ice, but he didn't play like the smallest guy. He played like the biggest guy on the ice.
Mm-hmm. Sure does.
Wasn't afraid of anything, would fuck with anyone.
No fear.
Zero fear. And he made big plays when his team needed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what you always remember about Murchie.
Mm-hmm.
Little nose face killer. Like, he just makes these, like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from? Oh shit. And he was always really, he must have watched a lot of Mighty Ducks too as a kid, because his breakaways, I see him do all this crazy, like, he did the fake thing always, and then he taps it this way and then hits him. Like, he was really good at the triple deke. There he is, nose face killer.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, where is the Nova Scotia's in Canada?
Mm-hmm. It's Canada.
You got good salmon.
Mm-hmm. Salmon?
Yeah, I always see Nova Scotia.
Why would you say that?
Because they always say Nova Scotia fresh salmon.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like you can't even, get salmon there because all the water is just covered with ice.
No, but that's the most fresh ice. That's the most fresh place to get it.
Okay.
They go under that ice, and it's just fucking beautiful,
just
freezing water.
Frozen salmon?
Well,
is that why it's so good?
It probably stays fresher.
Yeah.
So when you get it there, it's so cold. The water's so cold. Well, by the time they send it here, I mean, it's still
just
fresh.
finally thawing.
It's thawed.
And then you just eat it, and it's delicious.
Delicious. What's the first thing you think of when you talk about Brad Marchand?
Just one of the Boston Bruins all-time greats. I mean, he really is. And just a story behind, the backbone of his career is that I remember hearing, I think he got called up. When did he get called up into the NHL? I know he was drafted in 2009, but there was always a guy that they were talking about, hey, the Boston Bruins, they got this unbelievable player in the farm leagues. His name is Brad Marchand, and they just haven't called him up yet. They're waiting for the right opportunity. I think I was a rookie or so, because we're big hockey fan. Obviously, like I was talking about, Buffalo Sabres fan. So I was fully into who was on the Boston Bruins at the time. And everyone was talking about this guy when he was playing for the Providence Bruins. And then finally he got called up, and he showcased his skills right from the beginning. He became a superstar just like that overnight when he got called up to the NHL. And whoever had that progression and thought in the mind of let him keep playing in the minor leagues and we're going to call him up at the right time, they did it the right way, because he was super ready. And right when he hit the ice, with the big, with the big dogs, he was ready to go. And at that time, he was probably such a young buck. You kind of want someone to develop a little bit more because these players, sometimes 18 years old, they get drafted at and can go right into the NHL. Imagine that, being 18 years old and playing in the NFL. That I don't think that's really possible because you got to really grow into your body because with these guys, they have so much skill that it doesn't matter if there's a grown man in front of you with grown man strength. You can get around him and not even be touched by that grown man because you have that much skill. And that's what this guy possesses. He possesses skill.
Yeah.
And on top of his skill, he has the mindset of being a big dog, like a pit bull out there on the ice, just messing with anyone else that's in his way and never backing down. And that's what a pit bull is. And when you got a skill set like that, man, you're going to be feared out there on the ice. People hated playing versus him. He's a guy that you want on your team from what I hear and from what I see when I watch. He's always picking fights. He's always going after, their star player or whoever it is on the other side of the ice. And he's great for the NHL to watch, but he's a guy that you want on your team.
1,000% on his debut, 6 points in his first 6 games.
Was that 2009 was his debut?
You were right. What do you think of these hockey guys' nicknames? His was like the nose face killer.
Phenomenal. I mean, why don't we have nicknames like that? The Gronk isn't even that cool of a name anymore. The squirrel is up there, but the nose face fucking killer? You kidding me?
I mean, the Gronk is like,
it's cool, but not the nose face
like
killer.
Cher, bro. It's like Prince. You're like one name.
Yeah.
You're like a symbol.
Okay.
You're just Gronk.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, what about the great one? That's a great name. With Gretzky.
What is another one? Mr. Hockey. Who's that? Gordie Howe? I know Super Mario.
Super Mario. I mean, that just makes sense. Mario Lemieux. Who didn't watch him growing up as a kid, especially if you played hockey? Super Mario is so good, though, because of the Nintendo game Mario at the time.
Well, the best.
Yeah, that's the best nickname, actually. Super Mario. You kidding me?
And then the hockey guys always add a Y.
Yeah.
To like their guy. Like I remember being around and they like, hey Murchie, hey Murchie, hey Seggy, hey Seggy, hey Thordy, hey Thordy, hey Lucci, hey Lucci.
What would I be then?
Hey Gronky.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Hey, I'm sorry. Like I fucking love the hockey guys. I'd be Julesy.
Hey Julesy. Hey Julesy, I can tell you this. I've been in all locker rooms. I played basically every single sport growing up besides like soccer and like volleyball, but great locker room we have in football. But I'm telling you, the closest locker room out there in sports, I feel like, is the hockey locker room. They're all super, super close, super tight with each other. They're there with each other on a daily basis. You shower with each other. You take the towel, you wrap it up, you spank it across each other's bums. A lot of
horseplay with those boys.
You cross swords in hockey while you're taking pees in the locker room. Like, everyone's close. You rip on each other too. You praise each other. You give each other credit. But the hockey locker room is just another level of having that niche of being tight, with your fellow teammates.
1,000%. And he's like the ultimate love the guy on your team, hate the guy if he's not on your team. Like kind of like a Draymond Greenish.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If this guy's not on your team, you fucking hate him.
He was so good at getting under his opponent's skin and just throwing him off their game. I'll pass. You're right.
I call it a pest.
Rat.
They call it the pest. Like a pet, like Sean Avery was a pest, but he's a very skilled pest. He wasn't a slapdick. No. And I'm not saying Sean Avery was. But I'm not saying, like, a lot of times the pest is a guy that's not going to go out and fucking produce and get you points. This guy, like, he's a skilled pest that, and it's so sad about his story. For me at least, I don't know how the hockey world works, but gets named captain, then he gets fucking traded to the Panthers. Look, the Panthers might go out and win this thing this year, which is going to be cool for him. But like that whole thing, that was like some Lawyer Malloy shit to me, Lawyer Malloy was a captain, got traded. That's crazy, huh?
It is crazy, but you got to look at the big picture now. I mean, absolute legend. He's going to be forever in Boston. They're going to put him in the Boston Bruins Hall of Fame. He's probably going to retire as a Bruin. But the Bruins weren't making the playoffs.
Yeah.
All right. That's the first thing. I think he's going on a new contract possibly as well. The Bruins, sometimes you need a restart. And if you see a player that maybe he wanted to go to another program as well because he saw where the Bruins positioned are, and he got traded to a team that needed his help right on the spot. and he could possibly go win another championship. So it is sad. It does hurt.
It does.
But he is in a good place right now.
Great place.
He's vying for another championship with the Florida Panthers. He might help him repeat this year. He did plenty enough for the city of Boston. This is just the business world of sports. And I understand it because I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in the football world, but you really don't see that crazy of stuff in the hockey world as you do in the football world with trades. So this one was just a little shocking because of that reason.
Because he was so loved.
Yeah, so loved here, big time.
But it is a business. Pro sports are a business. Now, who's on a Mount Rushmore of sports pests? Okay, we'll throw Murchie on there because
5'9". He's not afraid to cheap shot, chirp, and taunt
Draymond Green is
opponent. Oh, Draymond Green by far.
Draymond, you know what?
Yeah.
Draymond talked all that shit this year about, but whenever his team needed him, he made a defensive play, bro. That dude's fucking good. He talks hella shit.
He knows his role.
But he backs it up.
Knows
And
his
he
role
gets
big
up
time.
under these dudes' skins, bro. He gets in guys' minds.
does.
Like they hate playing him. They know that's part of his game. I think he's definitely on there.
He has juice.
Richard Sherman's on there. Sherm?
Yeah, Sherm for like 2-3 years.
He was a
2,
pest.
3, 4 years.
I mean, the year when he said, "You mad, bro?" to Brady, like when he was on the Legion of Boom, that was his role.
Yes.
He was a really great football
and the
player.
prime.
But prime, sure, he did not care about fucking letting you know what he was doing or getting under your skin or talking shit. We literally, I think I talked to him more than I talked to anyone in that Super Bowl. Me and him were talking every fucking play. Every play. He had a bad shoulder. Every play, me and him were talking.
How was the date? You guys talking that much?
It was
How was your Super Bowl date, Richard Sherman?
It was a fucking good day.
It was great because you dumped him in the end.
Happy ending.
Oh man,
Cortland Finnegan. He used to fight. Remember that little the corner for? He used to get in
got
fights.
in that fight with Andre Johnson right at the line of scrimmage. Basically it was like a hockey fight. They just dropped their gloves right on the spot and just started going after it.
Bill Lambier.
What about Ron Artest?
Ron Artest.
Oh,
John McEnroe.
Oh,
You got to throw a little tennis in there.
Him versus the referees.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, those individual sports, that's being out there by yourself. Like you gotta like create some juice, and he created some juice. Hines
Ward.
He was pesty.
Yeah, he was really pesty.
He was pesty. I put Dola in there. Dola's pesty. I was a little pesty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're definitely in there. I mean, you wouldn't shut the hell up in practice sometimes against some of the guys, on our defense. Yeah. That was great though. We loved it. We love the pestiness. You love to be on the guys, team that are pesty. You want them. It brings juice out of everyone. They have more juice at all times than anyone else. And I'm jealous of that. I love having juice at all times. So much juice where you're just vying to get into a fight every single day.
Chung was pesty.
Yeah, Chung was. But there were some days he was a little non-pesty.
No, but when he was because that was in practice. In games,
yeah,
he was like, if he was turning it on, because you turn it on.
When he turned it on, super
pesty.
And we can't forget about Brad Marchand's suspensions. I mean, I think the guy lost 1.4 right around there $1 million throughout his career in fines, suspensions, whatever it was. That just shows how pessimistic he was and didn't care.
He missed 8 games. He passed. He's the most suspended guy in the history of the game. 8 suspensions, not 8 games. So those are more games probably in there. Sorry. Lost 1.4. Wow. Let's get on to what kind of dude Brad Marchand is.
Let's do it. Our first hockey guy. What kind of dude is our first hockey guy? The nose face killer. No F's given. Just went out there. Was himself. I met him one time with John Dooley. He invited us to be on the sidelines of the basketball game, front row. Nose face killer was there. I was there. He was a cool dude. I mean, that was really the only time I really got to meet him. He was a young buck. I was a young buck. Wasn't, anything crazy. We just watched the game, said what up, which was really cool. But what kind of dude is he?
I mean, he's definitely got some whiz to him because he's got a lot of savviness on that. You could tell he's a dude's dude. He doesn't really have freaky tendencies, maybe the nose. It's freakish. Stud. You would say he's a stud, but his story leaves him to, I think, only one. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Dog. He's definitely a dog. I mean, he to grind his way from where he was as a third rounder to becoming an instant contributor.
Sensation.
Instant. To becoming a captain and now playing his 17th year, about to go potentially get another Stanley. Like, that's a fucking dog. He's a dog.
He's like a pit bull, but like a mini pit bull.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just ready to just be the aggressor at any time.